Human nature. Human nature is like a dense thicket that has no entrance and is difficult to penetrate. In comparison, the nature of an animal is much easier to understand. Still, we can in a general way classify human nature according to four outstanding differences. First, there are those who, because of wrong teachings, practice austerities and cause themselves to suffer. Second, there are those who by cruelty, by stealing, by killing, or by other unkind acts, cause others to suffer. Third, there are those who cause other people to suffer along with themselves. Fourth, there are those who do not suffer themselves and save others from suffering. These people of the last category, by following the teachings of Buddha, do not give way to greed, anger, or foolishness, but live peaceful lives of kindness and wisdom without killing or stealing. There are three kinds of people in the world. The first are those who are like letters carved in rock. They easily give way to anger and retain their angry thoughts for a long time. The second are those who are like letters written in sand. They give way to anger also, but their angry thoughts quickly pass away. The third is those who are like letters written in running water. They do not retain their passing thoughts. They let abuse and uncomfortable gossip pass by unnoticed. Their minds are always pure and undisturbed. There are three other kinds of people. The first are those who are proud, act rashly, and are never satisfied. Their natures are easy to understand. Then there are those who are courteous and always act after consideration. Their natures are hard to understand. Then there are those who have overcome desire completely. It is impossible to understand their natures. Thus, people can be classified in many different ways, but nevertheless, their natures are hard to understand. Only Buddha understands them, and by his wisdom, leads them through varied teachings. Human life. There is an allegory that depicts human life. Once there was a man rowing a boat down a river. Someone on the shore warned him, "Stop rowing so gaily down the swift current. There are rapids ahead and a dangerous whirlpool, and there are crocodiles and demons lying in wait in rocky caverns. You will perish if you continue." In this allegory, the swift current is a life of lust. Rowing gaily is giving rein to one's passion. Rapids ahead means the ensuing suffering and pain. Whirlpool means pleasure. Crocodiles and demons refers to the decay and death that follow a life of lust and indulgence. Someone on the shore who calls out, is Buddha. Here is another allegory. A man who has committed a crime is running away. Some guards are following him, so he tries to hide himself by descending into a well by means of some vines growing down the sides. As he descends, he sees vipers at the bottom of the well, so he decides to cling to the vine for safety. After a time when his arms are getting tired, he notices two mice, one white and the other black, gnawing at the vine. If the vine breaks, he will fall to the vipers and perish. Suddenly, on looking upward, he notices just above his face a beehive from which occasionally falls a drop of honey. The man, forgetting all his danger, tastes the honey with delight. A man means the one who is born to suffer and to die alone. Guards and vipers refer to the body with all its desires. Vines means the continuity of the human life. Two mice, one white and the other black, refer to the duration of time, days and nights, and the passing years. Honey indicates the physical pleasures that beguiles the suffering of the passing years. Here is still another allegory. A king places 4 vipers in a box and gives the box into the safekeeping of a servant. He commands the servant to take good care of them and warns that if he angers even one of them, he will be punished with death. The servant, in fear, decides to throw away the box and escape. The king sends 5 guards to capture the servant. At first they approach the servant in a friendly manner, intending to take him back safely, but the servant does not trust their friendliness and escapes to another village. Then, in a vision, a voice tells him that in this village there is no safe shelter, and that there are 6 bandits who will attack him. So the servant runs away in fright until he comes to a wild river that blocks his way. Thinking of the dangers that are following him, he makes a raft and succeeds in crossing the turbulent current, beyond which he finally finds safety and peace. 4 vipers in a box indicate the 4 elements of earth, water, fire, and air that make up the body of flesh. The body is given into the charge of lust and is an enemy of the mind. Therefore, he tries to run away from the body. 5 guards who approach in friendly manner mean the 5 aggregates form feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness, which frame body and mind. The safe shelter is the 6 senses, which are no safe shelter after all. And the 6 bandits are the 6 objects of the 6 senses. Thus, seeing the dangers within the 6 senses, he runs away once more and comes to the wild current of worldly desires. Then he makes himself a raft of the Buddha's good teachings and crosses the wild current safely. There are 3 occasions full of perils when a son is helpless to aid his mother, and a mother cannot help her son: a fire, a flood, and a burglary. Yet, even on these perilous and sad occasions, there still exists a chance for aiding each other. But there are 3 occasions when it is impossible for a mother to save her son or a son to save his mother. These 3 occasions are the time of sickness, the period of growing old, and the moment of death. How can a son take his mother's place when she is growing old? How can a mother take her son's place when he is sick? How can either help the other when the moment of death approaches? No matter how much they may love each other or how intimate they may have been, neither can help the other on such occasions. Once Yama, the legendary king of hell, asked a man who had fallen into hell about his evil deeds in life, whether, during his life, he had ever met the 3 heavenly messengers. The man replied, "No, my lord, I never met any such persons." Yama asked him if he had ever met an old person bent with age and walking with a cane. The man replied, "Yes, my lord, I have met such persons frequently." Then Yama said to him, "You are suffering this present punishment because you did not recognize in that old man a heavenly messenger sent to warn you that you must quickly change your ways before you, too, become an old man." Yama asked him again if he had ever seen a poor, sick, and friendless man. The man replied, "Yes, my lord, I have seen many such men." Then Yama said to him, "You have come into this place because you failed to recognize in these sick men the messengers from heaven sent to warn you of your own sickness." Then Yama asked him once more if he had ever seen a dead man. The man replied, "Yes, my lord, I have been in the presence of death many times." Yama said to him, "It is because you did not recognize in these men the heavenly messengers sent to warn you that you are brought to this. If you had recognized these messengers and taken their warnings, you would have changed your course and would not have come to this place of suffering." Once there was a young woman named Kisagotami, the wife of a wealthy man, who lost her mind because of the death of her child. She took the dead child in her arms and went from house to house begging people to heal the child. Of course, they could do nothing for her, but finally a follower of Buddha advised her to see the Blessed One, who was then staying at Jetavana, and so she carried the dead child to Buddha. The Blessed One looked upon her with sympathy and said, "To heal the child, I need some poppy seeds. Go and beg 4 or 5 poppy seeds from some home where death has never entered." So the demented woman went out and sought a house where death had never entered, but in vain. At last, she was obliged to return to Buddha. In his quiet presence, her mind cleared, and she understood the meaning of his words. She took the body away and buried it, and then returned to Buddha and became one of his disciples.